The Mariners lose 2 out of 3 versus the Guardians, and Dan Wilson has messed up. He ruined game 3. I'm going to break it all down today on today's episode of Mariners Daily. Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Edwards. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you following along in this Mariners season with me. It was a rough weekend versus the Guardians. A lot of close games. We won game 1, but then game 2 and game 3 were extremely deflating, extremely frustrating. Yes, there's good throughout those games. There's a lot of bad, which, you know, never fun to go over. Never fun. Let's talk about game 1. This was the win. Luis Castillo had a good start in this one. He's looked better as the season has gone along. I think positive regression. The left on base percentage was very low. The BABIP was high. We know he was giving up some hard contact. This start was much better for him. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 91 pitches overall for Castillo. 4 hard hit balls, which is pretty good over 6 innings for Castillo. We've seen him do a lot worse. Today, this was the slider and the changeup working for him. The slider picked up the slack that the four seam was leaving behind. He threw it 36% of the time. That's about 10% more than he averages this season. 4 whiffs, 5 called strikes on the slider. A 72 strike percentage on the slider was huge, and it did not give up any hits. All 4 hits Castillo gave up were on the four seamer. He threw the four seamer 30% of the time. That is 15% less than what we have seen him average out at. 2 whiffs, 2 called strikes, 4 hits given up on the four seamer. It was not working. So what does he do? He pivots to the slider, he pivots to the changeup, and they both backed him up. He also, I mean, the sinker did well enough as well. The changeup, first of all, threw it 20% of the time. That is almost 9% more than what he averages out on the season so far. 4 whiffs on the changeup, 2 called strikes, a 31.6 CSW percentage, and a 68 strike percentage. No hits given up on the changeup. The sinker, he threw it about 12% of the time. A little bit less than normal, which I was kind of surprised by. I thought with the four seamer not doing as well, he would lean more on the sinker. And I think he should going forward. Honestly, if it can perform this well, and if the four seamer's not working for him, lean more into the sinker, baby. Throw it to the righties. He got 5 called strikes, good for a 45 CSW percentage and an 81 strike percentage overall on the sinker. It did its job. It's not an amazing pitch, so I'm not saying like fully lean into the sinker or anything. I think that might be just a little out of touch, possibly. But it did well enough. So did the changeup. 4 whiffs on the changeup, 4 whiffs on the slider. Good for Castillo to get through this start. Now, obviously, he's not exactly facing the freaking Los Angeles Dodgers in the freaking Guardians. So it's understandable. He wasn't facing an amazing lineup. It's the freaking Guardians. They're not a great lineup. So he did what he was supposed to do. On the other side, Joey Cantillo, Cantillo. I think it's Cantillo. I think you do say the L's with that last name. He dominated us. The freaking lefty. We beat a lefty, guys. But not really, because he dominated. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits given up, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. Not much. Not doing much there for Cantillo. So yeah, we got nothing really going. Going inning by inning, though, the Guardians scored pretty quick. Manzardo got a bloop single to center field, and Khalil Wilson dominated us this series. My goodness, he gets the first run on a double to left field. Good for him. Second inning, Canzone comes up. He takes a walk. He was batting 4th in this game, batting 3rd in game 2. Good to see. They're finally getting smarter. They're finally putting him where he needs to be. So, Canzone, who was dealing with an injury all weekend on the hamstring, he was struggling with the running the entire day. He was DHing, but nonetheless, even trying to round first to go to second base on doubles that he was hitting, it was a struggle to watch. Um, he was gritting through it, so I respect him. He was still hitting the ball well, but we need to get Canzone healthy. Third inning, Colt Emerson, who is the hometown kid, coming back to Cleveland for him, which was good to see some fans supporting him. Back-to-back series that we've had. One of our young kids, after Cole Young had his homecoming in Pittsburgh, Emerson gets a solo shot himself in Cleveland. 104 miles per hour off the bat from Emerson. Good to see. He had a great game one. So sorry for the yawns. He had a great game one. 2 walks on the day and a home run. Sixth inning, though, he got a walk to lead off the inning. Tried to steal second base, but he got thrown out. Randy follows it up with a double. That sucked to see. See him get that double right after Emerson gets thrown out on the bases. Not what you want to see. But either way, we did come out with the win here. Seventh inning, JP got a infield single to score the leading run, which was Raleigh, who had walked previously in the inning. Eighth inning, Emerson gets his second walk. Randy takes a walk, and then J Rod singles in Emerson, which was once again good to see, man. Good to see that we got some runs scored. It was only 3 runs, though. The 3-1 win. The bullpen did hold it down, which was nice, but not like our offense was stepping up in any way. These are the wins that we're supposed to get. This is how the entire season is supposed to go. Our pitching has to be perfect because our hitting does nothing. Our hitting is just nickel and diming, hoping that we can get a home run, hoping that we can get a big hit. Rarely have we. Moving on to game 2. This was Logan Gilbert's game. He pitched well. I'm happy enough with this start. It's not an amazing start, but he did well enough. 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 7 Ks, 8 hard hits given up. It's a lot. It's a lot of hard contact. It's not great. The four seamer was doing extremely well. Not as well as we've seen it do the last couple of starts, but velocity is up past 2 starts. It was up to 97 miles per hour. He was sitting 97 on the four seamer, which is a full mile per hour higher than what he usually averages this season. And then the same thing with the slider, up 1.4 miles per hour on the slider, up to 87.5 miles per hour. That's good to freaking see, dude. Good to see the velocity up for Gilbert, and especially to see him hold it up over the past 2 starts. That's big, man. He threw the four seamer 55% of the time. Not as much as we've seen it over the past couple of days, past couple of starts, I should say. He did well with the four seamer. It was not amazing though, but still good. 11 whiffs on the four seamer. I mean, that's good, man. 11 whiffs on the four seamer, 6 called strikes, 29.8 CSW percentage. He is good. Not amazing, but it's good. The slider backed it up very well. Threw it 23% of the time. Had only 3 whiffs on the slider, but 7 called strikes. It did what it was supposed to do. 41.7 CSW percentage, which is called strikes plus whiffs on pitcherlist.com. I highly recommend the website. If you haven't looked it up already, if you're a freaking nerd about baseball like myself, look it up. 41 CSW percentage on the slider is very nice. And then the splitter did okay. Only got 2 whiffs on the pitch, but 4 outs on the splitter, gave up some soft contact, which was good to see. And really, all you needed it to be with the four seamer and slider kind of doing their thing. He still gives up 4 earned runs, over 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, though, which is encouraging to see from Gilbert. The control is getting better. He just needs to be a little bit further outside of the zone, it looks like. It's okay for a walk to come through versus a double, you know? So I don't know how Gilbert's going to be going forward, but he did well enough. Slade Ciccone on the other side did better, though. 6 shutout innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He did well. He kept the Mariners at bay. Um, he held us off. First inning, Canzone, who was batting third in this game, like I said, he led off with a double, and you could see him gritting his teeth as he rounded first base. Nothing came of it. He stayed in the game. was able to have some good at bats. Randy grounded out that inning. The fourth inning is when the Guardians finally started getting it going versus Gilbert. Travis Banzana singled. Rocchio lined out on a good play from J Rod in center field. Good to see. Manzardo gets a nice hit single, 97 miles per hour off the bat. Khalil Watson once again with the freaking run scoring double, 103 miles per hour off the bat of Watson. Killed us this weekend. My goodness. Cooper Ingle gets his first career hit. That's right. We gave up his first career hit, a single, and then Arias, Kays, and Bailey grounds out to end the inning for Gilbert in the fourth to get him out of that situation. Fifth inning, Gilbert gives up another run. Bazana singles, and then Rocchio doubles him in. Gilbert locked in from then on out, but my goodness, it's too little too late. Eighth inning, Mariners try to put together something magical here. J Rod gets hit on the hand. He does stay in the game, though. Good to see. Canzone gets a single, 111 miles per hour off the bat of Canzone. And Randy comes in with a 3-run homer, 108 miles per hour off the bat from Randy. It was a beautiful hit. It was a beautiful home run to center field. And felt like we finally had some magic. Felt like we finally could make something happen. Naylor follows it up with a well hit single, 102.9 miles per hour off his bat. But Raleigh grounds out. Young hits into a force out, and Emerson strikes out to end the inning. And we were not able to do anything for the ninth inning. That was that. 3-4 loss. Not great for game two. I mean, Gilbert looked well enough. I'm glad his four seamer is still working. It looks like he is simplifying his pitches, not trying to nickel and dime it with the changeup and the cutters as much, but wasn't enough. Our offense once again was not able to do enough. And now we move on to game three. Man, game three was rough, man. Um, we'll talk about Emerson Hancock first. He pitched well enough. It wasn't great though. 5 2/3 innings pitched for him. 5 hits, 1 earned run only, but 3 walks. That's 8 base runners, 6 strikeouts, 98 pitches. He danced out of trouble all day. 8 hard hits against Hancock in this start. Not what you want to see. The four seamer is still not doing much. It is not doing much whatsoever. He threw it 32% of the time. It got 5 called strikes, but that was it. No whiffs, 65 strike percentage, but was giving up some hard hits. Cutter did back him up pretty well, though. 24% usage, 3 whiffs, 5 called strikes on the cutter. That's a 33 CSW percentage, but only a 54 strike percentage on the cutter. Not great. The sweeper only got 1 whiff. The sinker helped back up a little bit, got 3 called strikes. The curveball did well enough, 2 whiffs, 1 called strike. So he was able to nickel and dime it a little bit. And like I said, he was dancing out of trouble quite frequently. The first time was with 2 men on and no one out, second and third in the second inning. And Hancock got out of that inning unscathed, which is crazy. Yeah, crazy to see. The Mariners did score first in this game. They scored in the second inning on a Garver single that got Raleigh home. In the third inning, J Rod took a walk. Naylor doubled him in, which was good to see. Randy grounded out to Rocchio, but Naylor was running right in front of the ball, dodges the ball, kind of blocks Rocchio's view, it looks like, and Rocchio throws it over first base to score Naylor, which was big. It's just good to see the Mariners get a break, give us a break and let us take advantage. It has not happened very often. So we fast forward to the sixth inning. This is where Dan Wilson comes into play. As you guys all know, but I'm recounting it for all of us. Live through it again. Ingle starts it off with a walk. Bizzardo comes in. And I don't necessarily have a problem with Bizzardo coming in with 2 outs in the sixth. Sorry. I'm okay with Bizzardo coming in. He gives up a Schneemann double, which scores a run, but then he strikes out Patrick Bailey to end the inning, I would put him out there for the seventh, personally. You've got Gabe Spire ready to go. And after that, apparently they didn't have anyone because they went with Michael Rucker, which is just not the decision that you need to make. So if you know that you're going to have to go to Michael Rucker, if you're not leading by a solid amount, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. They were leading by a good amount. It was 4-1. So at what point at what point are you looking at the whole game going, okay, well, it's the sixth inning, and I want to take Emerson Hancock out of the game. So if I bring in Bizardo, that means he needs to go a little bit longer. So if we're more comfortable with Bizardo going an inning, you know, if we're more comfortable with that, then okay, whatever. But you can't just put him in for one out and then take him out for the next inning. I know you want Spire to have a clean inning, but and I know Bizarro gave up the double to Schneeman. I get it, but dude, throwing Michael Rucker out there for the eighth inning. That's what we're doing. Fired, of course. Zardo got out of the inning in the sixth. Seventh inning, Spire did give up a couple bloop singles, but was able to get out of that inning. So he wasn't perfect. I'm not saying he was perfect, but I would have thrown Bizardo out for the seventh again, at the very least. And then you bring in Spire if he gets into trouble. The eighth inning, they hand over to Michael Rucker, who has looked fine, but it's not the situation, man. It's just not. You need to win this series. You need to win this third game. Rucker gets roughed up. He ends up getting 2 outs, but gives up 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 earned runs. Wait, 2 hits and 2 walks, man, without taking him out. I know those 4 earned runs weren't all from him. Josh Simpson did come in, or Joel Simpson. I can't remember what his first name is. It's either Josh or Joel. Joel. I don't know. They brought him in. He gave up at least one of the runs that were from Rucker. It's just not how you manage the game, man. It's just not how you do it. And if you're out of bullpen arms, then this is DePoto's fault. He needs to get another reliever. We need another reliever anyways, because we got Brash, Cooper Criswell, Carlos Vargas all on the IL. So we need another reliever, period. I'm okay with Rucker being on the major league roster, but it's not a guy that you throw in on the eighth inning just to see it collapse. Ninth inning, Mariners tried to put up a fight. They did score 1 run. They got 2 singles and then a lucky throwing error from the second baseman to score the run. That was it. That was the end of the game. Very frustrating. I would definitely put that on Dan Wilson. I think that could have been managed much better. If your best guys do fail you, then what are you going to do? Then we can move the blame over to Dipoto and say that he needs another reliever, another solid, good reliever. I'm okay with him not going after Aroldis Chapman, not the best character in the game or as a human, but we need another reliever. Talked about Luke Weaver last week. If you want to go look at the last episode, I think he's a fantastic reliever. Would be great, a great addition for the Mariners. But we need to do something now because we just lost first place to the Texas Rangers, who are on a roll right now, and the Mariners are failing. AOS is so freaking weak, and the Mariners are seemingly falling apart. We need this offense to step up. We need Cal Raleigh to catch fire, man. We need it. We need it yesterday. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you back tomorrow. Hopefully after a win as we face the Angels. This week is big, man. We got to rebound. We have to rebound. Appreciate you guys watching. See you tomorrow.